The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. It is time for the Tipping Point with my Tipping. It's a TIP VIP Friday. Y'all run the show today. You let me know what it is that you want to talk about. I got my dude Augustine hanging out with me here. We are live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and of course on X. I was going to say slide into my X. That doesn't sound right. Just send me a message on any of these social media platforms, and you know that I'm going to have myself a good old time. Carlos Daniel, I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name, saying, yo, what's up? What's up, Carlos? Hope you're having yourself a great day today. Got my dude, Ray Jackson from Locally Sourced EP over on Instagram saying, Mike, good morning, my guy. He's joined by Katia, who's over there as well. Augustine. The NBA playoffs, I have just been injecting myself with this stuff. And then yesterday, I finally might have had my overdose because watching the New York Knicks dominate the Atlanta Hawks made me just want to stop watching basketball, man. Like it's always fun when it's your team doing it, but whenever you have to watch other teams doing it, it was just not a fun game to watch, Augustine.
It looked like 1989 Loyola Marymount. That's what it looked like.
A reference that only you get.
Hey, come on, you're old enough.
I was 5.
Okay, yeah, whatever. But anyway, if people out there remember Loyola Marymount back in the very late 80s with Hank Gathers, who unfortunately died on the basketball court, it just looked like that. I mean, the Knicks looked decent. And that's how bad the Hawks are. So,
yeah. I mean, the Knicks are a 3 seed. But you weren't expecting that type of thing. Like, I did think that the Knicks were going to win that series. Strilla saying F the Knicks. Ashley over on Instagram saying, good morning, fellas. Good morning, Ashley. Hope that you're having yourself a great day.
Well, Strilla feels amazing yesterday, but we'll get that later because and then Anunoby, who the heck is Anunoby going full on nuclear on the Hawks?
OG Anunoby, come on now. Look, it would not be an NBA playoffs if there wasn't a OG Anunoby game. That's just a name that everyone knows, right? Like, I know I'm not the only person who knows all about OG Anunoby. It sounds like a Star Wars character.
Yeah, it sounds like Jar Jar's half brother, unfortunately.
I don't know about all that, but okay. All right, so
I still want to go OG Anunoby.
I'll leave that one with you. There you go.
No, but it was just embarrassing for the Hawks to give up like that. It was, and this is why, and I'm gonna beat that old horse again. This is why the giving up and for regular season and for anything, there has to be some sort of punishment. There has to be, and not just give last place the best pick in the draft. That it's just bad. It's just a bad look for the NBA.
I know that there was, and I'm looking it up right now. I saw it just a couple of days ago that the NBA is eyeing a new anti-tanking proposal for the draft lottery. Let me read this up just a little bit here. It says the NBA has disclosed to its 30 general managers the new anti-tanking draft reform termed the 3-2-1 lottery that includes expanding the lottery to 16 teams, flatten the odds, and a relegation zone where the bottom 3 teams will be penalized with fewer lottery balls for the number 1 overall pick, starting with the 2027 NBA draft. So next season is whenever they'll put this into place. And I kind of like that. I've always been anti-tanking in the NBA. I understand why some teams do it. Don't get me wrong. But whenever you have a team that tanks habitually, like the Philadelphia 76ers, that whole trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, like all these guys that the 76ers drafted, the only person left from the process is Joel Embiid. And even then, it's not great, right? Like Embiid has missed literally, it's not me being sarcastic. He has literally missed half of the games of his career. Half of his career has been injured. That's your process. That's what we're supposed to trust. And then we saw it yesterday, right? Whenever Joel Embiid is healthy, he's a dominant player. But that caveat there of whenever is so few and far between. Like I can't wait to see the NBA and how different it looks, because it's super obvious when you see teams that are tanking, like Utah last year. Like it was just, and it's not fair for the fans to have to deal with that. You want to support that. Tommy's Dallas Mavericks might be punished for the remainder of all time because you got rid of Luka Doncic just to, tank.
Yeah, but with Embiid, the thing with Embiid that, yeah, he's dominant and all this, but he cries all the time.
That's like NBA now, though. Like that's what all of them do.
Well, I haven't seen Wemby crying. I haven't seen Jokic crying.
You see Jokic cry a bit. Wemby, I will agree with. I don't think I've seen him cry. Maybe it's just me because I'm wearing the hat. Maybe I got to remove the hat, take my fandom off. But again, I announced it the other day that we're going to be joining the Under the Hood podcast family with ESPN 1000 in Chicago. And I was talking yesterday with Jonathan Hood on his show, and he asked me about Wembanyama. I don't think you could put Wembanyama in the same list as you can all the other NBA players, because he has that weird, crazy Michael Jordan gene of I hate everybody.
Yeah. And he finds a way to hate you. That's the scary part too. I mean, in the next series, granted, it's going to be Minnesota against your powerful Spurs, and that series is going to go a whole 4 games, I think. But
I think that one can go 6.
With the lack of players Minnesota has, and really the killer mentality that the Spurs have, I don't think it'll be either a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. That'll be it.
Okay,
that will be it.
I'll put it this way: if San Antonio plays as loose with the ball as they did against Portland, I don't think that they'll be as successful. I think Minnesota, even injured, is a much better team than the Portland Trailblazers. But I can also see a scenario here with a very injured, like you don't have DiVincenzo, you might not have Anthony Edwards, you're not going to have old boy that comes off the bench. Why can't I think of his name right now? Oh my God, why can't I think of his name? It's right there. Dasu Nomu? Is that it? Like,
oh yeah, the weird name guy. Yeah. Yep.
You're not going to have him because of the calf injury. You don't want to rush him back from the calf because, as we've seen, it can go to a torn Achilles. So yes, the Spurs should dominate this series. You have to put that there.
But the Spurs were playing with their food in the last series. I mean, you could see they were playing with their food.
But again, like, you cannot win a championship that way. You can play with your food in the regular season. Don't do that shit in the playoffs because it can come back and bite you in the ass. And I want to see what'll get me on the side of the San Antonio Spurs again. Like, I'm a fan, but like I said, I don't think they're going to win this season. What would get me on their side is to watch them come out, say this team is hurt, and just slap them around. Let the Minnesota Timberwolves hang around, they're not mentally where they need to be to win a championship.
I agree completely. And this is where you go to the buffet table and kill it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, our dude Ray Jackson, he's got a great question for us. Is it okay to root against your team because of a certain player?
Yes.
Give me an example.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Aaron Hernandez.
Exactly.
But I mean, okay, so like to me that's different, right? Because all that stuff came out in the offseason. Hernandez wasn't on the team whenever they started playing, and it just kind of went away.
Yeah, but my example was different. I'll give you the perfect example because I hated the guy. I hated the way he shot. I hated the way he defended the post. I hated his face. He has a punchable face. Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright?
Bill Cartwright.
Oh, you're a Bulls fan then, is what I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Okay. Because Bill, you are 100%. If you do not know the way that Bill Cartwright shot, it was the most janky. How the hell that made it to the NBA? Granted, 70s and 80s, he had a 20-year career or whatever, which, again, wild that Bill Cartwright spent 20 years in the NBA.
He was 7'1" and had really good lateral movement. That's why he spent that time there.
But I thought it was going to go the other way around, right? Like Dennis Rodman joining the Bulls in the 90s.
No, I love Dennis. I loved his antics. I loved the way he would frustrate the heck out of opponents. I mean, if he was on my team, I would love him. If he was against my team, I would hate him.
Wow. Ray Jackson is saying, let's just say, all caps here, go Rockets. So that means he's rooting against LA. Is it because of LeBron or is it because of Bronny? Is it because of Luka? Like, I don't know how you can hate on Luka.
Not on Luka. I can't hate on LeBron anymore because he's part owner of FSG.
Yes, there you go.
So I need to get a good site so I can get some good Liverpool tickets. Who cares about the,
Dude, the things that Fenway Sports Group owns is insane to me. The amount of things. It's because what? It's Liverpool, like you said. It's
the Red
Sox. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I think like there's two other things that they own that are like major as well.
Yeah, they're buying another team in Spain.
Ray said, it's the King. So this has been 7 years then. Because this is the longest LeBron's been on a team, is with the LA Lakers, 7 years that he's been with LA. You've been hating on your own team for 7 years? Or is it because it's been super underwhelming? Because, again, I think this LeBron to LA thing, you have to look at as super underwhelming because you were expecting them to win multiple championships. And it's shitty to say this from this standpoint. LeBron James's career, where you wanted to say championship-wise, has been super underwhelming. The individual performance is fucking phenomenal, but the championship rings that you would have liked to have seen LeBron win, he just didn't. The time in Miami was super underwhelming. That bad NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, who just dominated that series, they should have lost 2 to the San Antonio Spurs. They got lucky and won that one. But then that next year, the largest margin of victory per game in NBA Finals history with the 2014 San Antonio Spurs, beating them so bad that it sent them back home. It sent LeBron back home to Cleveland because he just couldn't do it.
That series can't be played on Pornhub anymore.
Well, nothing can in Texas anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in Mexico right now, so I'm good. But yeah, I mean, Bill Cartwright. I mean, I imagine other players hated if they were Seattle Supersonics fans back in the day. They would have hated Gary Payton because he was the glove. I understand that, but he was a butt wipe on and off the court. He got better after he retired, but he was not a nice guy. Who else? Bill Laimbeer. I mean, anywhere outside of Detroit. I mean, I imagine Bill Laimbeer was the most hated man of America at that time.
I mean, he didn't. But that's the thing, right? Like those dudes were on those teams, right? They didn't go to another team. I can picture, Chris Paul. Chris Paul goes to your team. You're not a Chris Paul fan. You kind of like hate what your team is doing at that point in time. Russell Westbrook. He's another one of those guys that you're like, holy shit. James Harden. For like modern times, that might be it. I'm trying to think like maybe the Knicks with Charles Oakley, because Oakley in the 80s and 90s, early 90s was with the Chicago Bulls as Jordan's protector. He goes over to the Knicks. Maybe Knicks fans weren't happy with that. Super throwback too. The same thing with Anthony Mason, right? Like
Mason.
Yeah, like that might be one. Bistro saying right now, Jalen Duren. Dude is playing like a little bitch straight up. I hope he's watching this podcast.
You hear that, Duren?
You hear that, you little bitch? You 6'11" little bitch. You hear it?
Said the guy that likes rock hard men. But anyway.
Ashley over on Instagram saying the Supersonics was my team back in the day. I think Gary Payton was the reason that they were my team. I mean, I can agree with that. Like I think Gary Payton and, like you said, Bill Laimbeer, those are those guys that you just kind of look at them and you're like, I'm glad they're on my team and I would hate to play against them. You know what I mean? For me, it was Bruce Bowen, right? Like Bruce Bowen as a Spurs fan, you had to have loved, but then seeing Bruce Bowen,
play offense.
Yeah. And then for me, like, because I was thinking about that too. Like, if Kawhi Leonard came back to San Antonio, I wouldn't hate it. I feel like he's got to come back home. But I also feel like with all the stuff that he's got going on in LA with the Clippers, with the fake planting of trees, I don't know if you all heard about that, but like all the stuff that he's done, there's a lot of question marks that surround the business dealings of Kawhi Leonard that I think are going to come to light whenever he retires that aren't going to look good.
Please tell the audience what because I find this awfully funny.
Before I do that, let me read a couple of comments real quick. Strilla saying Bruce was a defensive dog. Oh, hell. The original 3-and-D dude is who I think Bruce Bowen was. And then locally sourced saying, be honest, this isn't the first time I rooted against my team. I was kind of glad they lost in the finals when the mailman was trying to win a ring. That one too. Like the Lakers back then, when they had that weird super team, that 05 Lakers roster with Karl Malone and Gary Payton, a bunch of old dudes trying to win a championship, and then the Detroit Pistons just waxed the damn floor with them. That was, I guess that was 04, but that was that to me was so damn good. Going back to Kawhi Leonard and what he's got going on. Okay, so there's these rumors that are out there. They might have already been confirmed, but I'm just going to go on the rumor mill side of it because they are very litigious on that side of the world. In order to sign with the LA Clippers, Steve Ballmer had to manipulate the salary cap. And the way that they were able to manipulate the salary cap is they took an X amount of money, which wound up being $24 million a year, off of the books of the LA Clippers and moved it to a shell company that was a sponsor of the Clippers that was all about, planting trees, saving the environment, et cetera, et cetera. They had celebrity endorsers like Leonardo DiCaprio was a part of it.
Oh,
a lot of celebrity endorsers, but they were only getting Robert Downey Jr. is who I was thinking of.
but it was all the green celebrities. It was,
But
yeah.
they were only getting like $500,000 maybe to like go out and actually plant trees, like actually go out there and plant these trees. Kawhi Leonard, all he had to do was plant a tree, just a single tree, and he never did it. The 3 years that he never did it, got $24 million a year from this shell company that wound up going under because obviously it was a scam that winds up going under, gets investigated by the NBA. And Steve Ballmer's like, I got nothing to do with it. Like, I know nothing about it. The only other guy that's like a part owner of the LA Clippers is Steve Ballmer's best friend from Harvard. You know what that guy owned? That shell company that was given $24 million to Kawhi Leonard. How this hasn't been a bigger issue about salary cap circumvention is wild to me. But it's probably going to come to light in the offseason, and Kawhi Leonard's going to have his upcomings one of these days.
Would the Clippers need to, pay a fine, a penalty that,
I think that's what they're trying to figure out. Is it's such an egregious and blatant circumvention of the salary cap that it's almost impossible to like determine what the penalty of it should be. And you can't give like an NBA team the death penalty. So for me, it's
what's the death penalty for an NBA team?
No draft picks for 5 years.
Yeah, they got trades. They can do that.
Yeah, but the thing is,
How about this? This should be the death penalty. You can only pick players outside the Big Five conferences.
No, because I feel like a lot of the really good players came from outside of those Big Five. Like you're looking at Kawhi Leonard right now. That's not a dude that was in the Big Five conferences.
But that's not in the norm for those five conferences. For outside those five conferences,
Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic.
Okay, fine. Here's the thing: you can only pick players from UTEP.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a death penalty. That is cruel and unusual punishment. Well, you can't be doing that shit to people.
UTEP, NMSU, and San Marcos.
You can only pick out of the old Conference USA. Still saying or increase their or decrease their salary cap, but that's the thing, right? Like they found a way to circumvent the NBA salary cap, which.
The only thing there, Tip, is was it legal? That's another thing.
No, that's the reason why they put it in the shell thing, and that's what they were trying to like determine, like how much did Ballmer know, because he's like, oh well, it was the other owner who handled it. The guy that owns 1% of the LA Clippers is the guy who's handling all that stuff. It doesn't seem like that's par for the course. They've had some whistleblowers within that old organization and within the LA Clippers who are like, no, Steve Ballmer knew. Like, again, billionaires with the type of money that Steve Ballmer has, $24 million ain't shit. So, like, he can just, toss that whenever the hell he wants. But you have to protect the rest of the league from these owners. And the fact of the matter is, without that shell company, Kawhi Leonard is not an LA Clipper. And that's the real issue right here. Ray Jackson over on Instagram saying, gentlemen, have a good rest of your day. Got to go teach kids the production skills. There you go, man. That's the way to do it. Send them over my way. They graduate, send them over my way. I'll see if we can't get them a job.
Yeah, pointing a camera. Please. And people have no idea how hard that is.
Oh, 1,000%. Like I am not a great camera operator. That's why I'm glad I hired people that are really good at it. But like we've got a bunch of other positions, some other things like that, audio operators, replay operators, directors, technical directors, graphics people. We got all kinds of stuff. Augustine, we've got a crew of damn near 30 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe Bistrilla needs a position.
Yeah. Strilla, I got nothing but love for you. Come on out, buddy. You want to work in El Paso? I got you. We'll figure something out.
No, but getting back to the NBA, now let's, getting to the good game that was on yesterday, a game that kind of proved that some other stuff. Minnesota with 8 people on the roster, without the mega stars, knocks over and kneels over and puts their foot in their neck and squeezes it tight. Bye-bye Denver Nuggets. Bye-bye the best player in the NBA, which he showed up. The problem is Murray didn't show up. The problem is, do you think Denver felt overconfident with Minnesota not having their star players? That's the other question. And what do people think?
I mean, the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then. You know what I mean? Like that's what happened with Minnesota. They got hot at the right time. Denver, like you said, just got cold at the wrong time. Jokic yesterday, 28 points, 9 boards, 10 assists, a block. Like
almost a triple-double.
Yeah, like Jokic did what Jokic does. But like you said, the supporting cast right there, Christian Braun playing 28 minutes and only getting you 3 points. Jamal Murray playing 40 minutes and getting you 12 points. And 4 of 17 shooting.
Yeah,
my dude, you got to find another way to impact the game, right?
You know, the embarrassing part of that was that, you know, I was still watching the game and I was watching Shaq and you know, Barkley and that whole cast saying that Jokic in that game didn't do enough. I was like, come on, guys. I mean, they were saying, oh, we expected 35 points from him. I understand that, but this wasn't a joke. Like,
You can expect 35 points out of Nikola Jokic all you want. Okay, he fell short by 7 points. Oh my God, what an underachiever. But you also have to remember, whenever you don't have guys making points, like Tim Hardaway Jr. playing 21 minutes, the only other player out of the starting 5 to play more than 20 minutes, whenever you have that happening, and you know you don't have to worry about guarding these other guys, Jokic was down there getting double-teamed, triple-teamed, quadruple-teamed at some points, and was still able to have a positive impact on the game. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, the supporting cast out there, other than Cameron Johnson, who played pretty well, didn't show up. Like, they just didn't show up.
Yeah, so, and my question is, especially for Murray, a lot of people were saying that before, you know, he's an all-star. He's a guaranteed all-star. No, he's not.
This was his only all-star appearance. This year was his only all-star appearance. And to me, I think he's vastly overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Vastly overrated. Tommy was talking about it the other day, talking about the NFL draft, right? Like Akeem Mesidor, how much better did he look because he's playing alongside Ruben Bain, right? Ruben Bain being one of the best in college football. How good does Murray get or look because he's playing against, I don't know, or playing with, I don't know, the best player in basketball, Nikola Jokic, who's going to get you the ball in the right spot 99% of the time. It really showed as well the importance of Aaron Gordon for this team, because he brings them a different dynamic, not just offensively, but defensive as well. He's always got energy on defense. Whether or not he's a good defensive player might be up for debate, but he has that energy that kind of makes people get around you. And then he also gets that weak side block, that helping block. Whenever someone gets into the lane, he can get there and, distract a shot. For me, I think, was the most important thing.
There was one play in particular that I saw huge weakness now in Jokic, where the guy dribbling, and this was the guy, and I can't remember his name because it was his first playoff start. He's a rookie out of Illinois. I can't remember his name, but the fast kid with the left hand, how about that? We'll call him that. That he just started like 4 or 5 feet away from the three-point line, penetrated, and just laid it over everybody.
You're talking about Terrence Shannon Jr.
That one. Yep. Shannon.
He comes into the playoffs. He finishes the regular season averaging 5 points a game, 1 board, 1 assist. Yesterday, 24.6 boards and an assist. And like you said, he looked so much faster than anything that the Denver Nuggets had to offer. And it was great to kind of watch that. It does suck, though, if you're a Denver Nuggets fan, because you wanted them to go all the way. But instead, they just gave you just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. You see right here, I've got my beer nuts in my hand, but they're not happy right now because I haven't gone over to www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code MikeTipton at checkout to save on my male grooming needs. So what I need to do is make sure I get that comfort powder, sprinkle them all over my nutsack right here, and make sure that it's nice and fresh moving forward in the future. www.myhappynuts.com. Promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Save on all your male grooming needs. Augustine, hold my nuts for me.
You know what? You should have told me. I have some of those in my.
I just saw them right here. I just saw them right here and was like, "Oh, that'd be funny."
But how about me catching it?
I mean, from what I know, you're pretty good at catching some nuts.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad if I got like this. But anyway, I
don't know.
Anyway, getting back to basketball, Shannon, that one play told me one thing about Jokic. He needs to get in the gym, get that lateral movement going, or else the Nuggets are never going to reach, again, an NBA, finals again. Because he's the one who's supposed to be the, blocking that part or at least making players doubt about going inside. And he's what, 7'1"?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's big enough to, and his arms are like 8'8". So he needs to try to do some lateral movement because you're right about one very specific thing. The way they missed Gordon, because he would have been knocking that down. He has the athletic ability, and he has the mindset to do that. So those two things were missing from Denver.
Going over to some of the comments right here. Quick commission saying, "A job, Mike. Are you still hiring? However, I don't know about living in good old El Paso." A lot of people say that, but a lot of people stay in El Paso. They fall in love with it, man. It's an easy place to wind up falling in love with it. Strill is saying, who says that Bane didn't benefit from having Mesidor on the other side of the court? That's like saying that Jokic benefits from having Jamal Murray on the court. No, Jokic is going to be whoever Jokic is going to be. The commission going on to say the Nuggets will go back to being the normal stink Nuggets. And Ashley over on Instagram said, LMAO would have been hilariously awesome if Augustine had a bag of nuts ready to catch. It would have been great. But again, like I said, I hit the button. I just looked down because I was going to get a drink of coffee. My coffee's almost empty. And right next to my coffee was a sack of beer nuts. So I thought of all that in just that time. 8 o'clock in the morning for a Dr. Pepper is diabolical.
But
cherry, zero sugar. I got you. Healthy.
After this, I'm gonna go and have breakfast. And hey, Bistrilla, you can move down here to Ciudad Juarez, and just cross the border every day. Get the express lane. You cross in 5 minutes.
The amount of people that do that is always wild to me, but it's so smart. It's so smart. I think I'm gonna buy a house in Juarez
or New Mexico.
Yeah.
That's another one, Bistrilla. You can move to Santa Teresa, the country club. Ooh.
Oh, I can see Strilla in the country club.
I can see Bistrilla playing golf.
Strilla's got like the newsboy hat with like a sweater tied around his shoulders. I can see that. We just made Strilla extra white for some reason.
Yeah, we did. I didn't know how we could do that, but I think we did it.
My dude's did it. He's like, nah, bro.
Would you? And then I can just picture Bistrilla saying, "Would you like some Grey Poupon? Would you like to meet me at Top Golf?"
He pinky up whenever he drinks.
Pinky, yeah,
very prim and proper. All right, so I think the question of this comes down to now, whenever we look at the Denver Nuggets and we look at everything that they've done. Jokic is going to start, in my mind, to decline. Like it's just going to happen. He's on the other side of 30. He's never been an athletic machine. The decline happens for everybody, right? I think the Nuggets window closed, but at least they got a championship out of it. The same thing with like the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Their championship window to me has been like it slammed shut a couple of years ago. But now you see like the decline of the team. Maybe not so much in Giannis, although he hasn't been able to stay healthy. You just haven't reached that upper echelon just yet. And when you look at some of the teams that are out there, the OKCs, the San Antonio Spurs, maybe Detroit. We got to see what happens with Detroit. That's still such a question mark to me. But there's a lot of these younger teams that are out there that you can say the window is just opening right now.
Yeah.
Especially Oklahoma City. It feels like the window shut on them. Jokic hasn't signed an extension with the Denver Nuggets. I don't think that he would retire just yet, but if he did, would you be surprised?
I wouldn't be surprised. European players have that tendency of retiring earlier, though. And but with Jokic, where would Jokic go to? That's the thing. Who's got the salary cap for it? And two, who would he want to play with? Who? And then how are the guards going to adapt to Jokic as well? I mean, of this slower bringing up the ball instead of pushing it. The Lakers?
The Lakers don't have the money. They just can't right now. Louis Bougie over on Instagram saying OKC is more on fire than Cielo Vista Mall. I'm looking at it right now. Out of all the teams that are in playoff contention, you have a bunch of teams that have salary cap space. Now, think about this. San Antonio has the 9th most salary cap available in 2026 after this season. They have the 2nd most, where they would be able to use $59 million in potential salary cap going into next season.
Do you want a reenactment of the Twin Towers? That's what you want, Tip?
That imagine Jokic on the Spurs with Wembanyama. It would be unfair. Like, I don't think San Antonio would do it. Our dude, Bo from Football Talk with Bo saying, "Good morning, guys. Good morning, Bo. I'm working out on my schedule stuff, Bo. 6 a.m. Pacific time is 7 a.m. here. And I that's the time that I walk my kids to school, so I'm trying to figure something out. I'll be in contact with you on stuff, Bo. It's just been super effing busy for your boy.
Let them go to school. What do you mean walk them to school? Let them go. Get out of the house.
I like being there for my kids, man.
Walk them to school.
Strilla saying, I may settle down in Kyle, Texas right now. Details are still being worked out. Look at that. Damn, Strilla. Damn, my guy out here doing things. He also says, how can you see me at the country club? Is it because I'm white? No, that would be racist. I would never see that. I can't see Bo at the country club with a sweater tied around him, and Bo's super white. So there you go.
A white shirt with a red sweater.
Also, I know some white people, so I can say it.
With a name like Tipton. Anyway.
That's all right. And then Tommy's saying that they would melt down here if they showed up. The other team that I think would be very interesting, the Milwaukee Bucks have the 5th most salary cap that's going to be available in the 2026 season. Jokic and Giannis, I don't think their games would work well together, but it would be really interesting to watch.
No, I don't think they don't complement each other. Like, no, it's not like the Admiral and Duncan before because Duncan would actually step out and the Admiral would stay in the box. I think the same goes for it's different with Wemby and Jokic because they're so smart, they would play off each other. And then Jokic does have the ability to post a little bit lower, so that would extend his career a little bit more too as well.
Bo also reminded me of something. Bo used to live in Mexico, spent a couple of years living in Mexico. So my dude has an honorary brown card. So now he's even, less white than Strilla is. So there we go. That's why.
Well, hey, Bo, where did you live?
I want to say it was close to Guadalajara, but he'll obviously be the one that knows that.
Yeah.
Louis Bougie saying the New York Knicks would be a great landing spot for Jokic.
Woo.
I would like to see that, but currently the New York Knicks are negative $93 million over the cap.
Hey,
Over
just
the cap.
make Jokic, plant some trees.
Tommy's saying the quiet part out loud right now. Tommy, it's called subtlety, my guy. But yes. I mean, and then again, like, you know what? This is actually kind of funny. Maybe it's something we keep an eye on. We put it out here first, right? I don't have a lot of dreams, but I have very vivid dreams. And I was at an NBA game in a dream that I had last night, where Karl Anthony Towns was playing for the Denver Nuggets because of a trade. So then that would mean that the Knicks would have had to trade Karl Anthony Towns to Denver in order to get Jokic. So maybe we put this out there. I had the dream, not like Martin Luther King, but I had a dream, and it was Karl Anthony Towns playing in Denver with the Nuggets. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see what happens in the future. You put it out there, Louis Bougie. Maybe I put it into the universe, and Jokic becomes a New York Knick.
Well, that would be great. That would be.
I don't think so. Like I can't see the way that the Knicks are currently constructed, them being incrementally better than what Denver is right now. Maybe Jalen Brunson is a little more clutch than
Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray, but I don't know. And then he said in Cinco in Puerto Vallarta. He has a residency card. Look at that.
A boat. Was it Puerto Vallarta or was it Nuevo Vallarta? Because Nuevo Vallarta is really nice now.
Knowing Bo? Nah, he was in the ghetto. That's my dude. I know him. He's real hood. He is real hood.
The problem with hood in Mexico is completely something different.
I was about to say, yeah, you got some problems.
yeah. But Bo was hood in Mexico. Yeah. No.
I was like, I'm gonna move to El Paso so I can go work in the maquila. Damn, Bo, calm down. Shit, dude.
Hey, don't take my Mexican away. Anyway.
And then Tommy saying Jokic and Flag, let's go. This is what would happen, Tommy. In order for the Mavericks to get Jokic, they would probably trade Flag and all their future first-round draft picks to do it, because whoever's running that team right now is completely oblivious to how basketball works. Bo letting us know that it was not in Nuevo. So there you go.
Hey, Tipton, if you're going to go on vacation somewhere, the Vidanta all-inclusive in Nuevo Vallarta is absolutely amazing. They got the new that new show with water and I mean,
I love, and a lot of people don't realize this with you, but you're very plugged into the business scene in the Borderplex here, El Paso and Juarez, and you are like the minister of propaganda for travel for this area and the entire country of Mexico, and I absolutely love that, dude. You've even planted seeds into my mind to try to get my dual citizenship in Mexico, which I'm really I've been thinking about it a lot. I think I'm going to wind up doing it because I do want to buy property in Guadalajara. Like whenever I went, I fell in love with that place, and like I just want to go as often as possible. The same thing with Mexico City. Whenever I went to Mexico City, I fell in love with Mexico City.
My favorite city in the world, my top 3 cities in the world, they are easy. It's El Paso,
of course,
Ciudad Juarez,
of course,
Mexico City.
Excellent.
Mexico City is New York, LA, Tokyo, and London all in one.
It really is. And then, obviously, I flew into Mexico City. I've only been to Mexico City once. And whenever I flew in, it was at night. And you see the lights start and they just do not end. It is enormous.
Well, there's 30 million people there too, Tip. You saw the traffic. You saw the traffic.
I did. I did. And you know what? Shout out to my Uber drivers that kept getting me everywhere because them dudes knew exactly what they were doing, man. They're like, hey, we're going to take these shortcuts. Don't worry about it, bro. I got you. I was like, hey, man, I trust you. I trust you, man. Plus, what I loved about it, too, is I'm a sucker for accents, right? Like, you take me to North Carolina, I love a North Carolina accent. The Spanish spoken in Mexico City is absolutely beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful.
It's like that singing. ¿Qué onda, vato? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué andas haciendo?
Very much so. Very sing-song, 100%. Bo saying, hey, driving through Mexico, the hooker hotels are the most secure locations for all your stuff. I mean, fuck, man.
You know, I read it. I said, man, I wish I could say no, but he's right.
The place I stayed in Guadalajara, it was like an Airbnb, right? And it was gated. It had like all this stuff. And I was like, damn, like it's super secure here. And like I'm walking around, I'm talking to like some of the people that work in these buildings. And it's like, you know, it's super awesome that we're welcome here, like as Americans and stuff like that. He's like, oh, dude, you're okay because you look brown. Like, so you don't even look, you know, American or anything like that. He's like, but also, this is the safest part of town, even though it's not the safest part of town.
If we like you, you stay. If we don't like you,
exactly.
Boom, boom.
I was like, hey, I'm good with it, dude. Like, but it was funny because like I had my head shaved at the time. That's part of the reason why I decided I wanted to like grow hair and stuff like that. Because one of the guys at the club was like, my guy. Like all these people were looking at me. I was like, dude, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is everyone looking at me? He comes over. He's like, a lot of people think you're a cop. I was like, I could see it. I 100% see it.
Yeah, and then just for FYI, there's this huge controversy right now in all of Mexico because they found out that the CIA, FBI, ATF have operations in Mexico.
Oh no, really?
They found out. Oh my God!
I, for one, am appalled.
It's like there's no consulates all over Mexico with operations like that.
Strillo says, well, there goes my visit to Mexico. Strillo, you ain't gonna stay at the hooker hotels? Hey, that's how you know you're gonna be safe, my dude. There you go. High class Strillo over here with his sweater tied around his shoulders. Yeah. I only go to Cancun.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's good. Cancun's good. I've
never been to Cancun. I've
been there?
I've never been to Cancun.
Here's my question, Tipton. Will your wife let you go with me to Cancun?
Probably not. She wouldn't even let me go to Hooters with you.
We need to go to Cancun.
That's why the only places me and you have ever eaten at is like Corner Bakery. We have to stay in very safe locations because I think it would get very debaucherous for both of us.
Hey, that waitress though. Oh my God. But anyway,
Augustine, put your rocket away, please. Still saying, nope, I'm the whitest whites and I look like the popo. Hey, my dude, like people would hear you talking, they'd be like, nah, that dude ain't a cop. Like if I'm just being, honest with you, like they'll listen to you talk a little bit. Nah, we're good. That guy is fine. He's good to go.
Yeah, they would go. Well, I mean, they would go. He's a Vikings fan. He's not a cop.
Lions.
Yeah, I was trying to.
I know. I'm just trying to keep the peace here. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't want to get shot. Every time the police come around, dude.
You live by Bel Air, don't you?
Mean this guy. So like I've been conditioned, right? Like I've been pulled over a bunch of times. I've been doing a bunch of things. You know what I mean? Like the life I have now, so much different than the life I had in the past, where I got pulled over all the time and did all that. Right? I am riding clean. The first time in my life that I got the right license and everything's good. Like I got nothing to worry about, right? But anytime I see a cop driving around my Mustang, I still 10-2. We got to turn the music down a little bit. We're going to be all right. I make sure I got like a collared shirt on so people look at me and they're like, oh, that dude, he's old now. Like we ain't got to worry about his goofy ass. So that's the way that I am now, man.
I would pay money for you to do a First Amendment audit on cops.
Oh God, no, please. I am no, we are fine. Shirley saying talking and seeing are two different things. I agree. I agree. But hey, just show up, drink a bunch of tequila, buy some weed, you'll be all right.
That's exactly what you did in Guadalajara, isn't it?
Oh, who? What? No. Whoa.
Oh, well, excuse me. You got given tequila because of Jose Cuervo.
No comment, but yes.
Does Destiny know about all this?
Yeah. Called her every night.
Yeah, called her. You didn't take her.
Strill or the cricket commissioner saying, try and present yourself in the most non-threatening manner possible. Hello, sir. What I would like to buy 2 drugs, please.
No, the most innocent thing you could say is, "Hola, señor, yo quiero tequila," and just say it like that, and you'll be fine.
I mean, hey, I had a really good time in Guadalajara. Like, I'm trying to go back. I am talking with Cuervo again because to me, dude, that was one of the cooler experiences. I just love that area. Like, I genuinely do. And again, like me not knowing the geography of Mexico all that well until, very recent times, I did not realize how far south Guadalajara was. I thought it was further west. I thought it was closer to the Baja than it was to like the southern part of Mexico.
Yeah, that's like a 2-hour drive from Mexico City too. It's not bad though.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But hey, have you ever considered wineries in Mexico?
I've never done I'm not a big wine guy, man. Like I wish, maybe it's I still got the hood in me, right? But like I see people drink wine. I'm like, oh, I would like to see what it is that they're drinking and stuff, right? And they like swirl it around, they sniff it, they do all that fancy shit, and then they put it back. Man, if I'm gonna go drinking, I just want it to get me to where I want to be, where I don't feel pain no more, and then I just go on my happy little way. Like I don't need to be smelling it. So I have never once grabbed a bottle of tequila and been like, oh no, that is a 1927. I'm not doing that bullshit.
See, that's the difference between Bistrilla and you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Strilla's always sniffing wine. I knew it. He even got a scratch and sniff of wine.
But there's really good wineries in Baja California, and right south of Tijuana and all that part. Plus, you can go to Los Cabos, Cabo San Lucas. That is a great part as well.
So, like, as a younger person, my introduction to Mexico was like obviously Juarez. I would cross the border whenever I was 14 because I had a beard and a deep voice and I never got ID'd. So I just go over, walk onto the strip. That $10 drink and drown at Tequila Derby was my spot as a kid.
Was this the time where you would just go to the border and go American and just pass?
Oh, 100%. No, you got your quarter. You give them a quarter. You go on your way. Like that's all you needed to do, man.
Yep.
And then I think it was like right out of high school, or like my senior year. I went to San Diego with my brother. We went to TJ. So all I knew about Mexico for the longest time was Juarez and all the debaucherous stuff I did in Juarez. And then my brother taking me to a donkey show. Yes, a real thing in Tijuana. I cannot believe, again, I was 17, dude. My brother didn't need to be taking me there. I don't know what the hell it was that he wanted to see. The older I got, the more I questioned things as to like, what the hell was my brother going? He went through a divorce. It was a second divorce. He went through the divorce. And I'm like, my dude, we are doing too much right now. Like again, you know what it takes to make me feel uncomfortable? That is the line. And he found it. I also feel bad because I saw some people tuned in right now, and the first thing they got on the show was my brother took me to a donkey show.
We apologize. This is a sports show, but here's the thing. Did you go down to Rosarito?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. The best restaurants you're going to find are in Rosarito. I mean, bar none.
Strilla said, "Damn, what did I do to catch all this? You didn't join us on the show." You got the link. It's a TIP VIP Friday. You could have been here, and you decided not to be. You stood us up. You hurt my heart. That's what happened here.
And
Tommy said, I drank Boone's Farm. Does that count? Hey, if Boone's Farm counts as wine, I'm counting it too, because I think every single one of us growing up drank a little bit of Boone's. Except for Augustine, who's always been perfectly straight-laced, never touched a drop of alcohol in his life, which is why.
Well, I did touch alcohol once, and it was after going to dinner. I had a Bailey's on the rocks.
Oh. Strillo saying that I'm at work, playa. I know it says player, but I said playa just because we were talking about Mexico.
He's probably at the playa right now. And
yeah, hey, I'm with it, man. Hey, I would rather be there too.
Turning red.
Ashley says Strawberry Hill was the jam. I don't think I ever had Strawberry Hill.
What the hell is Strawberry Hill?
I'm sure it's like, I used to have, what was it? As a kid, yeah. So as a kid, like, you're trying to impress the ladies, right? Like, hold on, got to take the glasses off. Got to drop the voice down to the normal thing. You're trying to impress the ladies. So what do? You go to the gas station, you go to the Good Time store. And what you do is you pretend that you're older than you are, and you buy yourself some wine coolers. You buy that Bartles and Janes, baby. That's what your boy was getting back in the day. Hey, girl, you want one of these wine coolers?
I never went through that phase.
Oh, dude, that was again, young me is completely different than the me that all y'all got to meet.
I tell people, I'm sorry, I was pretty. I didn't need to booze up women.
Okay, Bo saying if you drank Boone's and you had Strawberry Hill, is that like a flavor? Oh, okay, yeah. Ashley's saying it's a flavor of it. Then, all I knew is I go to the I go to the Good Time store or the Party Time, because Party Time was right next to my house. You go over there. All you do is you walk over, you grab the one that says Boone's, you get the Boone's, you take it with your friends, and then you go on your merry little way. Like that was always the way that I did it.
I just said, what's up?
And look at that. Jonathan Hood, once again, as you all know, we are going to be a part of the Under the Hood network that's going to be starting on Monday.
What did he say? He said, forget I ever invited you to the show.
He sent me a picture of, I guess, the Strawberry Hill Boone's Farm, which, yes, had to have been what I got. I didn't know it was a flavor. And you know what? It's the same thing with me and MD 2020, because Strilla brought up MD 2020.
2020.
I learned. I learned by watching the WWE a couple of weeks ago. Them shits got flavors. I just thought they were colors. Like, I'm like, I'm gonna get the blue one, I'm gonna get the purple one, I'm gonna go on my way. I've never once read the label on them to see what flavor it was. I grab it, I drink it, I throw it away. Like, that's what I did, man.
That is hilarious.
Now, older me, connoisseur tip over here. Now I read the label and I see what's inside. Not going to be poisoning my body.
I'm just going to get you, arrogant bastard. That's all I'm going to get you.
Oh, I've had a bunch of that. Yeah, people give that to me all the time.
The hell was that? I guess the aliens are arriving.
Ashley saying Party Time had the coldest Mickeys. I never had a Mickey's. If I was doing 40s, I always went more OE or Colt. And then saying colors, no shit, huh? Never looked at the flavors on MD. I never did either. Like that is wild to me.
This just turned into a really urban show.
And then Tommy saying, you were never pretty, Augustine. Stop the cap. The Cricket Commish saying, wow, bro, please hook me up with Jonathan Hood, big time Bears guy. Oh, yeah, no, that's my dude. Me and Hood go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac, baby. And that's why, starting on May 4th, I am going to be a part of the Under the Hood podcast network. We are looking forward to it. We're going to be expanding the stuff that we're doing here with the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton as we move forward here. Again, guys, I got nothing but love for you. We're coming up on an hour. Augustine, as always, I thank you so much for being on the show. Everybody for tuning in. We will see you all on Monday. Fire and Ice tomorrow at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're actually going to do it this time. I don't have to just randomly walk into work on a weird Saturday. An actual Fire and Ice. Come on out there, hang out with us. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, that was great.